What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2010 movie Little Fockers. So in this movie, Jack Burns wants to appoint Greg Focker as the successor of the family patriarchy, but his suspicious behaviors return after meeting Greg's new co-worker. So this movie is okay. I don't think it's near as bad as some people say it is. Like, I've heard a lot of people say it's like a monstrosity and one of the worst movies ever made, one of the worst comedies of all time and everything. And I will say, I definitely don't think it is that bad. I don't think it's quite as good as the first two movies for sure, but it's still pretty good. The story is good enough, but it doesn't have a lot of very great narrative or plot or anything like that. Like the first two movies had really good stories. This one kind of just is throwing a bunch of quirky situations at the wall to see what will stick and what will be funny and what's not. And there are some really funny laugh out loud moments in this movie and everything. I think that the cast are all still a lot of fun in here. Although I will say that they do seem different. Like they don't seem to be playing their characters anymore. They just seem to be playing themselves and everything. At this point, they're all just kind of acting off of each other and everything. I think De Niro is still the best out of the bunch, but they're all good in this movie and everything still, and they all work good together still. You can tell that this is just a cast having fun, and it's a big reunion between a bunch of friends and stuff, and it works, I guess. The moments that I think stood out the most to me are the dinner scene when Greg is starting to cut the turkey and he accidentally slices his finger and blood squirts all over Jack and all over the kids and everything and all over the place. I just love that scene. It just cracks me up and everything. I was surprised that they got away with that in a PG-13 movie. And then there's a scene where Jack has taken some Viagra and his stuff lasts way longer than it should have, so he has to get a shot in the private area and everything, and the kid walks in on him. That scene cracks me up and everything. Is like, that poor kid is going to be so traumatized, but that scene was really funny too. And the fight between Jack and Greg that we've been wanting to see from the very beginning finally happens in this movie, and it is a lot of fun. It's kind of like the Peter versus the chicken scenes in Family Guy. They're fun to watch and everything. It's not the best thing in the entire movie, but it is a lot of fun finally getting to see these two fight. Is it believable that the fight would turn out the way it did? I don't know, but I think that it was a lot of fun and everything, and I enjoyed that part too. So I don't have as much hatred towards this movie as a lot of people do. I will say that Jessica Alba really wasn't necessarily needed in the movie. She didn't really add too much to the story, but they could have found a better way to create a confrontation between these two instead of it being over him thinking that he would cheat out. You would think he would know Greg better enough than that by now and everything, or he could have just confronted him instead of just automatically assuming that's what he was doing. But it did look like it was believable, I guess, that he was cheating, but it's weird. Like, I think they could have handled that better, and I think the story could have been a little bit better and stuff. And some of the characters that they brought back, they didn't necessarily need to be in here, like Dustin Hoffman and Barbara Streisand's characters from Meet the Fockers. They really didn't have to be in this movie and everything. They kind of made it feel overstuffed. If you would take them out of the movie, it wouldn't have really changed it that much and everything. So this is okay. It's not the best movie in the franchise, but it is far from the worst. It's not it's not the best in the franchise. It's my least favorite, but it's far from being one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I've seen tons and tons of comedy sequels that are way worse than this and everything. So this is an okay ending to the trilogy. Not the best, but it was okay for what it is. And it's an okay time and everything, but it's not one of my most favorite movies in the franchise, for sure, and everything. So I'd give Little Fockers a 7 out of 10. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Little Fockers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.